Hi, my name is Angela McCausland. I am a running coach and a runner, and I should be running Bath Half Marathon very soon. And I've been helping Bath Rugby Foundation with some sort of questions. Also been helping Jack with being a novice, trying to pass on some of my experience. And I've got last year's vest on because I'm saving the one this year to wear on the day, but I have been training in it.
Hi, I'm Jack Hill. I am the Community Liaison Officer for Bath Rugby Foundation, and I'm a complete novice to this. I've been training sort of since the winter. This is my first half marathon, and we are 2 weeks away. So I'm excited, I feel good. I've done my longest ever run, as I said last month, Angela. I'm running more than I ever have before, but I'm still running 3 days a week. I just don't think I'm doing enough for a half marathon. Like, what should I be doing now? 2 weeks out.
Well, brilliant question, Jack. First of all, I think we can now call you a runner. I think you said you were a novice. I think we can now call you a runner.
Hey.
And hopefully, not hopefully, in a couple of weeks' time, you'll be a half marathoner.
Oh,
so
gosh.
Keep that in your head, runner. So you said you did your longest training run. Fantastic. You also said you're not sure you were doing enough, or I'm not done enough training. I hear that such a lot at this time.
Okay.
Because what happens is you do your longest training run and think, well, hang on a minute, I've got like 2 or 3 weeks before the race. Surely I should be putting more miles in. Well, actually, no, because we actually want to use that time between the longest training run and the race day just to ease back a bit.
Oh, okay.
You might have heard the word tapering before, maybe.
Don't really know what it
maybe
means.
Not. Yeah. It's basically easing back off and giving your body a little bit of time to recover.
Okay.
So if you think about a phone battery, all the training you've done and your longest training run, the phone battery is now on a sort of red, it's very depleted.
Yeah.
So we need to give it a little bit of time to recharge.
Okay.
And that's really what the tapering period is.
Okay.
Easing off, letting the body recharge.
So should I just pause running for the next 2 weeks? Should I go down to 1 day a week? Well, where should I pitch that at?
No, I definitely don't want you to stop running.
Okay.
But we want to ease back on the distance that you're running. So again, this is a whole subject in itself, the tapering period, but you want to be, if you were running 3 times a week and your longest training run was X, you want to be coming down so that the week before the race, just a couple of really small runs. Okay. So the race is on a Sunday, so maybe a run on the Thursday, maybe Friday, just like a little 20-minute jog out.
Okay.
And then maybe if you feel like you'd like to keep the legs moving, maybe another run that week on the Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
30 minutes.
But very relaxed.
Really slow.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Really relaxed, really slow.
That's really
just keeping the legs moving.
Yeah, that's really reassuring. It feels like you've got this sort of mountain ahead of you, but actually, like you've said from the start, it's just slow and steady, just being consistent and just showing up, isn't it? So
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Great. Okay, perfect.
So, I mean, also as well, even for myself, and I run quite a lot, being a running coach, my legs feel so much better if I've had 2 days off.
Okay,
I'm like,
that's good.
Oh, this feels great. So that's tapering and just, holding back a little bit. And also, if there was a choice as a coach, if there was a choice between one of my coachees or one of the runners that I'm helping going into a race slightly overtrained or slightly undertrained, I'd always go with the slightly undertrained. Because you'll get extra oomph on the day with the crowds. And if you go in slightly overtrained, your legs might be sore, you might get an injury, it's harder, your legs don't work as well.
Sure, okay.
So you would have practiced nutrition and your hydration, hopefully done at least one training run in the vest.
Yeah.
Always worth doing, because even though these vests are good, and I'm not just saying that, they are very good quality, there's sometimes a label that you don't know about until you've run in it. So always worth doing that as well.
Sure, okay.
And also helps with the sponsorship, getting a selfie on your sponsor page. We've talked about timings. We talked about, working out what time breakfast is, what time you need to leave. You will by now hopefully have your start time and your start wave.
Yep.
And you would have heard from Emma about what time to get to the hub. Sorry, not the hub, the church. I call it hub because it's the race day hub. What time to get there. So you have got your timings worked out. You've done some training runs.
Yep. All locked in.
All locked in. I think the only thing I would like to mention as a sort of like passing thought, and this is something that you can be thinking about over the next couple of weeks, while you're desperate to get on with the race. Because there's this period in tapering where you want to run and you want to get to the race and it just seems like forever and you're just a bit agitated like me. I can't sit still because I want to get on with it. So another thing to think about is this, another word I'm going to throw in, chunking.
Okay, what does that mean?
So if we take the whole distance of the Bath Half Marathon, so 21 kilometres or 13.1 miles, that's, if you think of that as a whole, is quite a big
massive
ask. So what we can do is just go, let's just break it down into smaller chunks.
Sure.
The easiest way to break it down into chunks is either by every 3 miles or every 5k, and you just focus on just that 5k that you're running.
Okay.
So you could go, okay, off we go, so 5k will take me to here, have a look on the route, and you go, okay, so all I'm going to focus on is getting from the start to the end of the 5k. I like to reward myself with a sweet.
Nice, okay.
Or something, or actually usually for the first 5k I will have a banana. And you go, right, I've done the 5k. I've usually got a few things I'm thinking about in that 5k, and it might be all the people that have sponsored me, it might be who can I spot in the crowd, and various different things, and I make sure I know where people are going to be waiting in the crowd. So you do that 5k, rejoice and move on. Then the next bit, you just focus on the next 5k.
Okay, nice.
So it doesn't matter what's happened before, and you haven't got to worry about kilometre 21 or mile 13. So chunk it all down into those little bits, and it works quite nicely, 5Ks or 3 miles.
No, that's really great. Love it.
And it does make a big difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't ever go, right, 1 kilometre done, 20 to go. 2 kilometres done, doesn't work. Just focus on that. Yeah. So that's chunking and tapering, 2 new words.
Nice. Thank you so much. That's great.